Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This week is the 3rd anniversary for Fallout 76. That means the game has been out for 3 years, and ever since it released, there's been a lot of new content added and new DLCs. So for the past couple of weeks, I've been playing the game. A few weeks ago, we got a new trailer for the new season of the Unstoppables, and when I first saw that, I thought that's a really cool theme. I'm going to go back to Fallout 76 and actually play it. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. Has the game changed? Is it better? Is it worse? Should you pick it up now that it's been 3 years since the game came out? That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So I started playing the game again when the Unstoppables season started back in September, I believe. Back then I started at level 20. Now I'm like level 130 something. So I did play a lot. I pretty much experienced all of the new content that was added to the game over the past 3 years. And I can say the game is a lot better now than it first launched. Everybody knows how it launched. It just wasn't very good. Me personally, I played it when it launched, but I didn't like it. And I didn't like it not because of the bugs and glitches. I didn't like it because it was just a very boring game to play. There's nothing to do, nothing to see. The game didn't give you a good enough reason to go out and explore. The main mission was to go and find the Overseer by following a bunch of holotapes. That's not a really good reason to play the game. So to me, the game was just really boring, right? I didn't care about the bugs and glitches. I knew those things would get patched, and most of them were patched. But now with a lot of big major DLCs like Wild Appalachia, Wastelanders, and the Brotherhood of Steel that we recently got, the game has changed a lot. Now there's NPCs. They changed the main quest, so now there's a better main quest that ties in with the Wastelanders. The Brotherhood of Steel also added another big DLC, which was actually really interesting. I think the Fallout 76 Brotherhood of Steel mission questline was a lot better than Fallout 4. I really didn't like the Fallout 4 Brotherhood of Steel, but in Fallout 76, it was a lot better. It was actually really good. I did not want it to end, but it did. Wastelanders added factions, so now you have raiders and settlers, and you can side with one of them. You can do quest lines for each one, and there's just so much to do now. With Wastelanders adding NPCs, that also added random encounters with NPCs. Now the world is actually filled with stuff to do in the game. At launch we had events, but no one did them, and they were actually pretty hard to do back then. And I don't remember what DLC added more events. I think each DLC added a couple new events. But now events are actually interesting and people actually do them. Now you actually get rewards that are worth getting now. So yeah, the game has tons and tons of content now. It's way better than it used to be. Yeah, there's still bugs and glitches here and there. They're a lot more rare than when it first launched. When it first launched, I would get a bug or a glitch like every 2 minutes. Now it's a little more controlled. Now I see like a bug or a glitch like every couple of days. It's way more stable now. The Wild Appalachia DLC added a ton of new content. The same content that was already there, but just more of it. Like new creatures and new enemies. That's actually really interesting. When the game first came out, it was just Scorch, and that was it. Sometimes you would get a robot, and that just got repetitive and boring. But now there's different factions. There's the Blood Eagles. There's the Cultists. Right? Super mutants are a little more common now. There's a ton of new creatures and bosses. It's a lot more interesting, right? We still have the classics like the Scorch Queen. That event is actually pretty cool because most of the time when someone launches a nuke and the Scorch Queen comes out, like the whole server will go there and shoot the queen down. Like that's a pretty cool moment where everyone in the server just comes together, same objective, and we do it together. And the rewards are actually really good for that event. There's just so much that I could talk about, but those are kind of like the big things, you know, the big DLCs, Wild Appalachia, Wastelanders, Brotherhood of Steel. There was a few other ones as well as smaller ones. We also got seasons now, where each season you can do daily and weekly challenges, and that will level up your rank, and for each rank you'll get a reward that's unique to that season. That's why I decided to play, because I saw Unstoppables trailer, and I thought, that's really cool. It's the Fallout 4 or the Fallout universe superheroes. So I said I was going to get all the rewards. I was just going to grind it out. And I actually did. I got to rank 100. That's where you pretty much get everything on the board. And I even completed the challenge where you need to play the game for at least 76 hours. So yeah, I got to play a lot of the game. Got to experience a lot of the content. I finally finished the Enclave questline. Because I started it when the game first came out. and now I finally finished it. Now the game just has more stuff to see. The world is actually filled with stuff, with random encounters, with unique enemies, with new creatures. There's stuff to do, stuff to explore. The old stuff is still there, but I just ignore it. I don't do it. I don't do any of the miscellaneous quests. I haven't even finished the old main quest. It's still there, but now it's more of a side quest, and I haven't even done it, because it's not very good. It's pretty boring, actually. But not everything is good about Fallout 76. It still has its bad side. Pretty much said everything that I like about it, everything that was good. There's a few other stuff that I didn't talk about because it's kind of smaller, but there's also the bad side. So what's not good about the game? Well, when you finish all the DLCs and all the main quest lines, there's actually nothing to do after that. The only thing you can do is grind. Just grind. If you have ever played a pay-to-win game, that's pretty much what this game becomes after you finish everything. It's just grinding. Whether you're grinding for treasury nodes, for gold bullion, to get the best armors and weapons in the game, or you're grinding for XP to get the build that you want, grinding the Wastelanders reputation system for the raiders or the sellers to get those unique items, grinding daily and weekly scoreboard challenges to get all the rewards from the season, or grinding events to get specific plans. It just becomes a grinding game. And me personally, I don't like those kind of games. If you like that, then it's fine. It's a good game. But I don't like grinding. And it does get repetitive after a while. Like the events, I thought the events were really cool. They were very unique. Now they're kind of starting to get boring, because I know what they are. I have found ways to do them effectively. Same with the daily and weekly challenges. Some of them were actually pretty difficult. Now they're pretty easy. To make the game fun, I time myself to see how fast I can do the daily and weekly challenges. Right now my fastest time is like 30 minutes. Get everything done. So that's kind of fun. But it's very, very repetitive, because the daily and weekly challenges are always the same ones. And that brings me to the actual scoreboard for this new season. Like I was saying, I was super excited to play this new season and get all the rewards. I started grinding it. At first, the Manta Psychic costume, I thought, oh, this is really cool. And I crafted it and I wore it for a really long time. I thought it was a cool costume. And the more I played, the less excited I was about the scoreboard. But after that, the rest of the rewards were kind of lame. I got halfway through the scoreboard, and at that point, I was like really not excited about doing daily and weekly challenges. It became more of a chore by then, right? By the time I got halfway to the scoreboard, I would just log in, do the challenges, and then log out. It became very tedious, very, very repetitive. The rewards were not that good. I felt most of the rewards were just power armor paint jobs. I don't use power armor. Even if I did use power armor, I wouldn't be constantly changing the color of it. I feel like there's way too much power armor paint jobs. We need different kinds of rewards. So that was a little disappointing, not gonna lie. That's my biggest issue with this game. It's just that it's a grinding game. They've added a lot of cool story DLCs to make the game better. They added quality of life improvement. Like now you can craft legendary items. That is super useful. I mean, yeah, you have to grind the crafting components, but at least at the end you get a legendary item. You don't have to farm enemies anymore, you can just craft it. And in the next update, I think we're getting 4-star legendary items. So we get 4 effects on each weapon or armor piece. We also have some other cool quality of life and very useful things. But at the end of the day, when you beat everything, it's just a grinding game. And that's actually pretty disappointing. So for this new season coming in December, I'm probably not going to play the game. I don't even know what the new season theme is. It's already been announced. I don't remember what it is. So I'm probably not going to play. I think the next time I'm going to play this game is when a new big story DLC comes. I think it's alien theme. I'm not sure, but that's the rumors that I've been hearing about Fallout 76. It was supposed to come out this year, but it got pushed back to next year. If it is aliens and it's a big story DLC, maybe it will be good. But for now, I pretty much have done everything in the game. There's a few things I can still work on, but at this point it's just small, tedious things. Or I can continue grinding for stuff. But I have to admit, those first 76 hours, they were awesome, they were great. There was so much new content, so much to do, so much to see. So now for the last question, do I recommend this game? Should you get this game? And my answer for that is, if you just want to experience the story DLC and focus on the main quest lines, go for it because it's really good. Lots of things to do and lots of things to see. Right? It took me a little bit more than 76 hours to complete everything. I started at level 20. So if you're expecting to get at least 76 hours out of this game, you probably will. So it's probably worth it in that sense. Just note that there's not much of an end game. The end game is just about making your build and grinding for stuff. Grinding for the best weapons and for the best armors. And as far as I know, there is no level caps. You can just keep on grinding for XP and keep leveling it up. But all of the weapons and armor are capped. So you do have limitations. So yeah, overall, I would recommend this game. I wouldn't pay full price for this. I still don't think this game is worth $60. I would get this game if it was on sale for like $10, $20. But that's just my opinion. That's just what I experienced these last couple of weeks. And there's actually quite a lot of people still playing the game. You know, I played it almost every single day. And every single time I logged in, there was always a full lobby. So there's still a lot of people playing. You know, once in a while, I will run into someone who I've met previously in a different server. But for the most part, every server was full every time I went. It was with new people that I've never seen before. So a lot of people are still playing this game. It's not dead like a lot of people are saying. And the game is actually decent. I really like the quality of live improvements they've made since Fallout 4. I'm really wondering if they're going to be adding them to Starfield. Because some of them are really good. Like crafting legendaries. How the camp system works. There's a lot of interesting things. And in the December update, we're also getting a bunch of new quality of life improvements. There's a few that I'm really looking forward to, like for example, being able to loot multiple enemies at the same time if they're together. Now that's really useful for Fallout 76. You know, at the end of each event, a lot of times you're just trying to loot all the dead bodies around. It's kind of hard to go one by one, especially when they're overlapping over each other. So now we can just loot one, and that will give us all the loot from all of the surrounding enemies. So that's pretty cool. And there's a lot more of those little quality of life improvements that I hope they're in the next game, Starfield. You know, I think Fallout 76 is a lot better now. It's definitely on the right track now. I think it's gonna have a good future. You know, so far all of the new story DLCs have been really good. Wastelanders was good. Brotherhood of Steel, I already said it. I liked it better than Fallout 4's Brotherhood of Steel storyline. So I think this game is gonna get better and better. It's just not gonna happen in a few weeks or a few months. It's gonna be years, right? Because we only get a few DLCs every year. I'm not sure what the roadmap looks like for the new story DLCs in the future. But yeah, this game had a pretty bad launch. But now it's actually a decent game. I do recommend it. Just know that it becomes a grinding game after you beat everything. It's just grind. If you like that and you're okay with that, then that's fine. If you're not, you're probably gonna move on and play something else. But that was pretty much my experience with this game for the last couple of weeks. I already finished this season's scoreboard. And I think we still have a couple weeks until the new season comes out. I probably won't play it unless it has really good rewards. But let me know what you think about the game. Are you playing the game? Are you thinking about getting the game? Or are you one of those people that say that the game is dead and that no one's playing it? Because that's not what I saw. The game is alive. People are playing it. There's still a lot of people in the Fallout community playing this game. And I'll say the Fallout community is one of the best communities I've seen. People are participating in events, in daily ops. It's a pretty decent game. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.
Free from America to rebuild America.